Hello, I'm Travis Bell.
And I'm Robbie Henderson.
Thank you for joining us today. We are going to talk about the cost of overpricing your home. Is that possible?
Never. Never.
We hear it all the time, right? So let's talk a little bit about, you have some very specific numbers, but let's talk about what it truly does when you start to overprice a home, or better said, when you put your house on the market, what happens as time goes on. So Robbie, why not overprice your home and leave plenty of room for negotiations?
That is one of my favorite questions that we're asked often at the table. And that is, well, I can always come down, but I can't ever go back up. And what we've discovered and what we've noticed is we go back to that same thing. The buyers write off your house. They don't want to insult you. And if you're overpriced too much in the very beginning, they really just ignore you and they're waiting on you to come down in price before they ever come to you. And we don't see that very often. They know that you need to be seasoned before you are able to do that. So let's talk about putting your house on the market. When we introduce your home to the market and we get it out on the market, there is never a better chance for you to see every buyer that has a possibility to buy your home. In other words, we're introducing it on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, MLS, all over the world. Everybody's seeing it for the first time. And they really do get excited.
Really excited. And you see the spike in the views, right?
Totally. So we see that all the time. And our take is, if you price it right, it will sell for what it's worth. And so one of the things that Travis did, which I love, is over the last 5 years, we've taken the plant district and we've looked at it and studied the market. And we've kind of seen what happens if your house contracts in the first 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And what's that number?
99%.
Exactly. And
but what that means is that they price your house right. You either get one right buyer in, or the best case scenario is you get multiple buyers in that want your house,
and
right?
You get to choose the buyer.
You get to choose not only the buyer, but the terms and conditions in the contract, correct?
Amen to that.
So the seller wins. There's no losing situation contracting in the first 2 weeks.
Right. And we've always said, if there's ever a chance that we underpriced your house, the market will tell you that. And that's where you see people say, oh, I've had 5 or 6 offers on my house. Well, the reality is they probably underpriced it. But that's one of the things that we love to do, is strategically price your house so that you're not underpricing it, but that you're getting that right buyer.
So what happens if we go past 2 weeks?
That's the kicker. 2 weeks later, 15 days later, it goes down 4%.
Wow. Off the original asking price. Yeah. And then what happens another 2 weeks after that?
Another 2% coming down.
And it keeps going, right?
Yeah. And then 5 months, it goes all the way down to 88%. And remember, that's the houses that actually sold.
The ones that come off the market, we don't even see.
Yeah, we don't even get to stay. We don't even get to look at the ones that never even sold.
So,
but 6 months later, you're talking about 88% off of the list price.
So take your seller hat off and put on your buyer hat. You're representing a buyer. What do you say to them?
So when we come out and we have a buyer consultation with you, we literally look at this chart, we flip it around and we say, hey, listen, that perfect house might be perfect for you, and you got to pay the seller when it hits the market right off the bat. However, if you're a buyer looking for opportunity and you want to buy and get value, let's go look at those people that have been on the market for 45, 60, 90 days, because they're needing love. And then we get to go in there and hit them
10 to 15% off, right? But so in all reality, what happens is that not only does your price come down to market value when it sells, it actually will sell below market value.
Yes.
And the reason it does that, in our experience, is that realtors write off the home when it's overpriced, and buyers write it off, right? First buyers write it off, and then realtors write it off. And then if that's happening, your house is not going to get shown.
So again, this is our whole take. Price your house right, and it will sell for the most possible money. So thanks again for joining us.
Yes, please hit subscribe if you want instant updates on when we upload new videos.
Thank you.
Thank you.